Every high level father is ripped, resilient, and respected. Because if you live right, you can't not be any of those things. If you're living right, you can't not be ripped because you're in control of your food. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get ripped, resilient, and respected, right? I'm going to tell you exactly what you do. I'm going to tell you how most people approach it, and it will be so obvious to you why they fail, right? And it's one lever. There's one single thing that ties into these three things and everything else that stops guys moving forward, accomplishing anything, right? I'm going to give you the secret, the one fucking lever. Most guys, they they want to get their body right, right? They want to get ripped. So they try like fucking crazy, right? They try something, they don't see results. They're usually not that committed to it, right? They're on the wagon, off the wagon. They are so motivated to change that they do something that doesn't fit in with their lifestyle at all. So they fall off usually under a week. Under a week, they fucked up. They're so fired up Monday, by Friday, done, right? By Friday, if you haven't dieted for a long time, if you've never dieted right properly, if you've never really just tracked your macros, you know I don't believe in following a plan because it doesn't give you control. Some other guys got control. So if you haven't tracked your macros before and you start doing it, 2 days feels like a fucking lifetime. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. It makes no sense, but you expect to look in the mirror and see this ripped up monster because it feels like forever. Feels like forever. But you don't see that. Then Friday comes, you know how? Because you feel like you really deserve a big treat because 5 days feels fucking long. Whereas in reality, obviously, it's fuck all. But it feels like forever, right? So you have a few beers or you have a takeaway, right? And then the next day you feel sluggish. If you have fucked up one day, it's very easy to fuck up the next day. That's how it works, right? And then you feel like shit. Then on Monday, you look at yourself in the mirror, you're bloated, you feel like shit, you reversed all your progress. So you look the same, you weigh the same, maybe even a little more because you rebounded so fucking hard. So it tells you this is bullshit, this doesn't work. So you look for something else. And that cycle repeats itself. For some guys, it's every month. For some guys, it's like once a year. They try something and then didn't work out, right? So that months and months and months of nothing, and then try again the next year. But either way, it doesn't fucking work because you're chasing something, right? And it's the same with being resilient. Guys try and get mentally tough. They say, I'm fighting this inner battle every day. No one knows about it, but it's fucking crushing me. It's making me self sabotage. It's making me feel like shit. They just want, and people describe it in different ways. Some guys just say inner peace, which is great. They just want inner peace. Some guys say, like I do, resilient. They want to be resilient as fuck. Like any problem that comes up gets handled, right? Some guys just say, I want to be happier. Some say, I want to be more focused, disciplined. It doesn't matter. It means the same thing an elevated mentality. That's what it means. But guys can't do that without consistency. Your brain is a habit mechanism that things can only sink into over long periods of time. So if you're not consistent, you can't make any meaningful change. If you're not consistent in a pursuit, Wait the King, right? The King's path is body, mind, and mission alignment. So you're locked in like crazy for a long period of time, building your best self, elevating your mind, getting stuck into a singular mission that you dominate and you move on to the next. That forges mental toughness. That forges resilience because you are going to come over so many problems on these journeys. And if you refuse to stop, you overcome them, you get a little mental tougher, right? You find a problem, you overcome it, you get a little mental tougher. Just stuck in that fucking cycle. Now, when you're a beast of a man, when you're locked into the King's path, walking that path daily, it's how you live, it's the lifestyle you've committed to, then it becomes even more powerful because you want to suffer with intention. You choose to do things like fast. You choose to do things like fucking 600 reps in front of a 2 hour movie because you just want to fucking push yourself. Intentional sacrifice and giving yourself a reward after that you've earned is the quickest, most powerful way to elevate your mentality. But most guys don't do that. They force it. They try and force it looking for quick fix. They download an app, Calm app, or some mindfulness app, right? Or they read a book. And that's it. That's all they do. Nothing wrong with reading books. I read books all fucking day. I love reading books, but I action shit. Or I'm putting shit in my brain. And me and guys on the King program, we we remind ourselves every morning of the powerful shit we read so it doesn't just waste away. Right? This is how you win. Again, guys that lose, they force it. This is where it comes to the one big lever, right? Guys that want to be respected, they are sick of walking into their house and just constant disrespect. where the fuck have you been? Why haven't you done this? This hasn't been done. Fuck's sake. Just, they feel like another child, and that reinforces in their weak little brains. So they act like a little man child, right? And it just, the flywheel runs. And guys are just, this ends up just ruining relationships because guys resent their missus for talking shit about them, or even resent their kids because their kids don't respect them. The wife obviously resents the husband because he's just being a fucking baby. He's just being a, like, what's a guy for? To protect, provide, to solve problems, to be that force of nature that elevates the family and gives them undeniable freedom, right? In every sense of the word, so they can live their best life. That's a man's job. If he's not doing that, the wife's like, what the fuck is this guy for? I just got another baby. So it fucks up relationships. So a guy says, you know what? I'm going to get respected. But all he does is demand respect. That's all he does. If all you do is demand respect, that's force. It will have the polar opposite effect. You walk through the door and your wife says, I asked you before you went to work to take the rubbish out. And you say, don't fucking talk to me like that. You will respect me. How does that go? Do you think she goes, he's right, I'm going to respect him more? No, she thinks, why the fuck should I respect this guy that doesn't do what he said he was going to do? You try and force respect, you will be disrespected so much fucking more. So the one lever that you pull to dominate all this, to be ripped, resilient, and respected, and basically achieve anything you want out of life as a high-level father, right? That's what we build, high-level fucking fathers. You embody the man that's already there. You embody the man that is already there. When I say one of the pillars of the King's Path is body, mind, mission congruency. That means you do things like you've already done them, so everything's running in alignment. Your body, your mind, and your mission are all pointing towards the same thing, and they're pointing in a way that they've already achieved it. Let's start with ripped, right? What does a ripped guy do? If you Googled ripped guy morning routine, do you think a ripped guy's morning routine, a guy in phenomenal shape that's physically dominant, impressive, inspires his family, his wife obviously finds it attractive, he looks in the mirror, feels proud as fucking confident, do you think he sleeps in? Do you think it says, I wake up about 8 o'clock in a mad fucking rush, I grab whatever I can for breakfast and then get to work? At work, people always bring in snacks into the office, so I'll have a muffin if someone offers it to me. I'll have some biscuits. Sometimes I forget to bring lunch in, so I go to McDonald's across the road and just grab whatever's on the fucking pound saver menu. Does that make any sense to you? That makes no sense, and it's not reality, right? If you try and force it, you'll fail because you're trying to impress upon yourself desire that your identity hasn't connected to yet, right? You move like you've already got it. I don't give a fuck if you're fat as fuck, noodle armed, hate your physique. You say, I'm a jacked up motherfucker. This is how I live. What does he do? He wakes up and hits the fucking gym. That's what he does. Because if you don't tie in that identity, even if you took, there's fat loss injections out there, there's loads you can do to fast track results. And if you do that, but you haven't aligned yourself, there's no body, mind, mission congruency, you're not embodying the man that has that, it means you'll just lose it again, right? You only ever get what you can attain and keep. The universe will only give to you what you're capable of guarding, what you're a good guardian of. If you're shit with money, the universe will allow you to have money because you just lose it. If you have no discipline when it comes to cravings or hitting the gym, the universe won't give you a good physique because you just fucking lose it, right? If you're not capable of leadership and massive love, then you're not going to get harmony at home because you're not capable of keeping it. You move like you've already done it. That's it. I don't care what physical state you're in. You move like it's fucking done. That's how you move, right? Same with resilience. This is the easiest fucking thing because deep down, guys you know what a guy would do if he was resilient as fuck, locked in, plugged into his higher self, so mentally elevated he was a force of nature. What would he do in the exact situation you're in? Do that as him. Not even like when guys, how does a guy that doesn't drink, right? A guy that just doesn't drink, how does he handle being at the pub with his friends when they're drinking? Is he there like, oh, fucking hell, I wish I could have one of those beers. Oh, man, this zero stuff just doesn't fucking taste the same. Like, just bitching and whinging about it. Low frequency, uninspirational bullshit. That's how a guy that's trying to stop drinking moves. A guy that doesn't drink doesn't say a fucking word. He's there with a coffee or a sparkling water or whatever the fuck he wants to have. Maybe a hot chocolate. I'm going out with the guys before and had a hot chocolate. I don't give a fuck. They're delicious. And I wake up in the morning at 4:30 and hit the fucking gym. Have an amazing day with my family. No hungover, right? That's how you win. You move like you're already that guy, right? So to get more resilient, to be mentally elevated, you move like you're already mentally tough as fuck. A problem comes, you're like, yes, good. Let's handle it. Let's handle it as my higher self. Mentally tough as fuck. And you know what? If you do those two things, you don't even have to worry about the respect. It comes because if you are locked in and aligned, plugged into your inner king, walking the king's path like a force of fucking nature to get your body right, you're not doing it like a bag of shit that's rushing around, neglects your family so you can go to the gym in the evening when it's meant to be date night, right? Because you're just like, oh, I've got to hit, but I fucked up this morning because I had a lion. That low level shit, you don't do that. Because you embody your higher self. You've already hit the fucking gym. You hit your macros. You've nailed your fucking numbers. You're mentally tough as fuck because you handle problems as a mentally tough individual. And a mentally resilient man doesn't bitch and argue and let his ego overtake him, make his wife feel small so he can feel a little bit fucking better. So you will automatically be respected at home. But nevertheless, you still just stick to the key fucking rule. You embody the man that is respected at home, right? If you're thinking, I deserve respect, I should be more fucking respected by my wife, by my kids, why don't you think, hey, if I was deeply respected at home, what would I be doing right now? Because you wouldn't be bitching and moaning about how you deserve more, right? You wouldn't be not doing certain things because you feel like your wife wins if you do them because she said you should do it and you're a little man child. So you're like, I'm not fucking doing it. She didn't ask nicely, or what does she do around here? Like, is that the moves and the thought patterns of a respected man? No. So you're not gonna be. You think, how would I move if I was respected, if I was deeply admired by my family, if they told me every day they were inspired by me, if my wife sat me down for our morning coffee and said, I'm so inspired by what you do, what you do for us as a family, right? What would you do then? Move that way. Do those things. This is high level fatherhood, ripped, resilient, and respected across the board. If you embody the man, you cannot fucking lose. Move like you're already him in every domain. If you're trying to hit a goal right now, if you've got true body, mind, mission congruency, laser focus on a big fucking mission and purpose you're plugged into, stop forcing it. Walk the king's path. See yourself already attaining that fucking thing and move that way. This is the cheat code to life, right? Ripped, resilient, respected. Anything you want to hit, you embody the man, you move as him. That's it.